Satnam. Let's get comfortable and relaxed and settled in and tuned in. Tune in to yourself, the truth within you, Sat Nam, true identity. Practicing now pratyahara, withdrawing the senses from the external stimulus. You may close the eyes, keep the fingers, the tongue, and the eyes still, and just listen, feel, sense. Start to breathe connected from the top of the inhale, beginning to exhale, let go of the breath. From the bottom of the breath, beginning again to inhale. Infinite cycle of life and breath. Notice how you are in this moment, how it feels to finally be settling into the space and into your inner space, like an inner sanctum, your inner reality, in the presence. And stepping into the discipline, the volition to be present here and now with every cycle of breath, with every feeling, every thought, every posture, asana, exercise. Share your breath with your belly, down through the root line, sacrum, base of the spine, expanding the belly as you breathe in, relaxing it as you breathe out, receding it to the spine. Have a lift in your chest and your heart. Draw the chin in, slightly down, and ascend the breath from the root line through the heart and throat to the third eye and the crown. Press the palms firmly at the heart center, holding and balancing yourself here. Body like a prayer. And remaining here, stretching the breath deeper and longer, full expansion of the mechanisms of your breathing, the lungs, the diaphragm, the abdominal walls. Yogic breathing. Thinking it, making that happen, and then letting that breath and that energy think for you. Continuing to breathe like this in an infinite cycle of breath, and in a moment now, preparing to tune in with our mantra, tuning into this lineage, this tradition, this practice, and tuning into the guru within. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Infinite Creative Consciousness. Namo Salutations. Bowing. Guru Dev Namo. This consciousness within me, the light of my soul, and the light of all beings, I bow to. Take a deep breath all together. Let that breath go. Another deep breath. Let it go. And taking this next breath together to tune in with Om Namo Guru Dev Namo 3 times. Let's inhale to vibrate the mantra together, gazing at the third eye. Om Namo Dev Namo Om Namo Buddhaya. Namo. Om Namo Buddhaya. Namo. And a sacred breath of life for your sacred life to pray with, bring purpose to your practice and this pivotal point in time, spring, turn of the season, Easter, rebirth, resurrection, and to surrender that breath, prayer, and trust in it to return. And we'll do some warming up. Tabletop posture, arms just below the shoulders, wrists and shoulder joints aligned. Spread the fingers wide, press down through the palms. Feel less pressure in the wrists. You can always bend the elbows a little bit. And knees bent just below the hips. Heels can be together for cat-cow. Inhaling, dropping the belly, stretching the spine down, nice arch. Exhaling, rounding the spine, chin to the chest. Inhale, raise up, stretch, stimulate the vertebrae. Exhale, round, belly into spine. Moving with the breath. And inhaling, silent, sat. Exhaling, silent, nam. What's special about Kundalini yoga as we practice it in this lineage is that it incorporates all facets of yoga. Mantra and mudra can sometimes be a little more absent in other practices in our modern world. So Sat is a mantra of truth, and Nam, identity. Every thought, every movement, every breath relating to truth, relating to your experience, your embodiment, and the exercise. As you feel called, start to speed up, maintaining the integrity of the movement. Unless otherwise specified, in this practice, we breathe in and out through the nose. We have the eyes rested closed, focused at the brow point, and the tip of the tongue rests atop the roof of the mouth. Pivotal foundations in practice to start to create conditions for meditation, meditative awareness, even within and through movement. Last few cycles, stretch, deepen the breath. Inhale, raise the head, drop the belly, push down through the earth, through the hands, the knees, tops of the feet. Suspend the breath in, suspend your focus to the brow, and apply Mula Bandh, root lock, toning the perineum as though holding going to the bathroom or applying a Kegel. Inhale a little more. To exhale, round the spine, and come to rest back, sitting on the heels. You may stretch the arms forward, palms down, or if another posture for the hands and arms feels better, they can be at your sides, in prayer in front of you or above the head. Just be sure that you bow the head to the earth below the heart. Find stillness in the body, in the mind. Discover the relationship between the stilling of the waves of thought and the regulation of your breathing. Breathing conscious, connected, ceaselessly, continuum of breathing. Awareness of the air through the nose, lungs, throat, all the way to the belly. And seeing, experiencing the reality of being a breathing body rather than a thinking mind. And take a deep breath. Let it go and slowly rise. Sweep the legs out from underneath yourself and come to stretch them forward. Straight out in front of you, toes pointing up, feet flexed like that. Hinge at the hips, nice 90-degree perpendicular angle between the lower body, upper body. Inhale, connect the backs, the hands. And then hinging from the hips, heart, and then the head, folding forward, stretching down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stretch a little further. Inhale, rise up a bit, straightening the arms. Exhale, bouncing down, bending the elbows. Keeping the hands situated at the shins, ankles, feet. And if you're reaching the toes, you can wrap the peace fingers around the big toe, pressing on the big toenail. Inhaling upward, exhaling downward. Keep the alignment in the spinal column. Few more cycles, stretch a little further, breathe a little deeper. Share your breath through the backs of the legs, through the lower back, through the sciatic nerves, longest nerve in the body. Breathing full, sharing your breath, sharing embodied awareness through all parts of you. And exhale. Inhale, share the breath, circulate it, suspend it. And exhale, release it, shake the legs out, point and flex the toes and feet. And let's come to Sukhasana, comfortably cross-legged. We'll do one more warm-up, and then we'll begin our yoga practice, which is a beginner's class. Let's have the arms up at a 60-degree angle, with the first knuckles of the fingers rounded into the pads of the palms, and the thumbs stretched up and away. Here, try to release the shoulder blades down the back, keeping the shoulders low as the arms stretch straight. Out from the heart at a 60-degree angle. And here we're to begin the breath of fire. If you know it, please begin it. And for those of you who are new, breath of fire is a rapid, rhythmic breath. With every exhale, the belly pumps into the spine. It's helpful if you're new to stick the tongue out and pant like a dog on a hot summer's day. And remember, with the exhale, pump the belly, draw it to the spine. Connect the breath to the abdomen like that. Rapid rhythm, at your own pace. And if you feel like you have the rhythm, then please stick the tongue back in the mouth and continue in and out from the nose. We want to work the nasal passage, the nasal channels. This asana is known as ego eradicator because it's quite irritating to the mind, body. And so it calls in the neutral mind, equanimous, command center of the third eye, non-reactive and in control of your domain, self-mastery. Also known as aura charge, because you're plugged up into the auric field, the electromagnetic heart field, a lot stronger than the field of the brain, but we need to have an open heart, connected breath, lungs, circulation of blood. Electromagnetism. Let's say we're about halfway here. Remain stretching and striving. If you need to rest the posture, you can always interlace the fingers and rest them atop the head. This assures that the arms are elevated over the shoulders, and so the heart is being worked and the blood is flowing through the heart. There's like scans of the body when the arms are elevated, and it shows all the blood just flowing through the heart. 30 more seconds. Powerful breath of fire. Stretch. Plug in, tune in. Remain present in the gross physical body, but then heighten your awareness to the subtle energetic bodies. Note the play between the positive and negative minds. Discover the neutral, balanced, meditative mind. Third eye, bridge between the hemispheres of the brain. Last few moments, powerful breath. Exhale, holding the posture, connect the thumbs, stretch the arms straight, stretch the spine. Root down to rise up, squeeze the spine like a rod of energy, base to crown. Inhale more. To exhale, sweep the arms through the auric field. Fingertips to the earth. Grounding, synthesizing breath. And then you can bring the hands to Gyan Mudra, index fingers and thumbs lightly touching, palms up atop the knees. Connect, relate, communicate your breath. Listen to it. There's a mantra that we chant, Havan Guru, breath is the teacher, breath is the guru. And please remain inside, and I'm gonna speak about what we're gonna do today in class. So it's Easter, or Ishtar in the pagan and Egyptian world, but here in the Christian Western world, we call it Easter, the resurrection of the light of the world. I was raised secular, but I've come to know a little bit about Christ, and not just logically, but experientially. And I want to remain secular in class. Obviously I want to get religious, but the light of the world and the rising light of the sun this time of year, from spring, the equinox, the sun is rising through the sky. Life is being reborn from the darkness of the soil. And you can speak about metaphors of Christ and the resurrection and the underworld, 3 days, a cave like that, being reborn from the tomb. And in yoga, we recognize the cycle of the sun annually, and we also recognize the cycle of the moon monthly, and how the seed of life and the seed of light in both sexes, women and men, regenerates through the channel of the spine. And so cyclically, we're always being renewed and reborn with the harmony and the rhythm of the seasons. And the more we connect with the natural rhythm of life and our breath, our appetite, water, hydrating, our sexual cycle, our hormonal cycle, our sleep cycle, the more we can just tune into the beauty of the natural world and our own nature and our true relationship to just the simplicity of life. And so we're going to be working with that beauty and simplicity of the spine with some very basic spinal exercises. This yoga set is called the Basic Spinal Energy Series. It works systematically from the base of the spine, chakra at a time. So we'll work through those areas, levels of consciousness, ideally consciously, what we're experiencing, feeling, sensing, understanding, knowing. Um, yeah. So we begin with spinal flex. Knees are down to the floor, close as you can get them. Legs are crossed comfortably. We'll be like this for most of the class. If you need to stretch the legs, please know you're free to do so. And please just remain comfortable, easy, and relaxed in the physical body. Hands are to the shins just above the ankles. And we're going to inhale as we flex the spine forward, navel forward, upward through the heart, and then exhale, rounding back, undulating the spine like a wave, forward and back along the sit bones. Inhaling sat, coming forward, exhaling nam, going back. When you keep the neck lock, the chin in, slightly down, and so it's about parallel with the floor, this keeps the channel of the head and neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. So you can see how that works for you, although naturally a lot of us like to get the head involved. And that's up to you, it's your own practice, but we invite you to keep the chin lock, neck lock. This exercise, and many of them will be about 2 minutes. Others will be about 30 seconds. And we'll be working a lot with the spinal flex. So start to get the hang of it, loosen up, create more flexibility, fluidity, freedom in the spine, inspiriting it with the breath, the life, and the light force. Breathing Sat Nam, light of your awareness. Working the lower spine, lower vertebrae, sacral chakra, svadhisthana, one's own place, element of water, motion, energy in motion, theme of change, fluidity, circulation. We're about halfway. As you feel called, start to speed up. The sacral, the heart, and the third eye chakra all work really well together. Also the navel, the abdomen, and the base. Smooth and seamless, connected, communicating the brain of the body, the central nervous system. Last few cycles. Exhale, round back. Empty the lungs. Inhale, stretch up. Suspend the breath, apply Mula Bandha, root lock, toning the perineum. Inhale more. Exhale, release. And in between the exercises, we're going to meditate. So invitation to have Gyan Mudra, index fingers and thumbs together. Arms and spine like a tripod for the heart and the third eye lens. And a long deep breath, third eye gaze. Don't engage your ego. Be at zero, no compromise, vigilant, meditative. Few more breaths. Be still. Beautiful. And a deep breath in. Let it go. And now bring the hands atop the shoulders for a spinal twist. Inhale, twist left. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, silent sat. Exhale, silent nam. And we'll just be here for 30 seconds. Breathe fully, twist powerfully. Work with your breath, your heart. Nice, strong, centered. Keep the elbows parallel. Nice. Halfway. Exhale. Inhale, center. Suspend the breath. Apply root lock. Inhale more. Exhale, release. And next, we're going to move atop our heels, sitting to the floor on the knees and the tops of the feet. If this is comfortable for you, you may always use a bolster, roll up the mat, blanket. If it's still uncomfortable, then you can remain in Sukhasana. But ideally sitting like this and palms down atop the thighs. And here the spinal flex will be working more the mid-spine because we're sitting like this. But same principle, inhaling, stretching forward and up, exhaling, rounding back, inhaling sat, exhaling nam. Third eye, vibrating the mantra or the heart or anywhere you put your attention, there your energy will go. Here, starting to work the solar plexus and the heart, fire and air. Engage, breathe with your abdomen. Let the breath and the energy move you. Let it think for you. You don't even need to think about it. It can think for you. About halfway. Get into a groove, get into a rhythm, your very own. While yoga is universal, it's also just personal to you because your very own breath, body, template is like none other. And then even the soul, of course, such a unique expression of the one, of the universe. Sat. Nam, truth, the identity of my soul. 30 more seconds. If you haven't already and it feels right, you can speed up. Last few cycles, stretch, breathe fully. Exhale, round back. Inhale, arise. Suspend the breath, suspend your focus at the still point of the third eye, the still point of energy at the heart, and lightly tone the perineum, raise the sacrum, draw the navel to the spine, squeezing the pelvic floor. Inhale a little more. Exhale, relax, release the pressure, and be still, meditate. No need to engage monkey mind, and simply allow it and its many thoughts, being non-reactive, non-judgmental, equanimous, unconditionally, compassionately accepting of yourself in your experience, in your sensations and feelings. And this is keeping you in alignment and as an instrument in surrender to the divine awareness behind the rhythm of the breath and body. Let's take a deep breath in. Let it go and gently lift up off of the heels. Sweep the legs out and forward. And back to Sukhasana, happy pose, comfortably cross-legged. And we'll bring the hands to a bear grip. We'll be working with a couple times today. Right palm is facing the body, left palm is facing out, and the fingers are tied together tight and pulling apart. So there's tensegrity here, integrity, tension. This is right in front of the heart, serving to open the chest cavity. Keep the hands there as you begin to raise and lower the elbows. Inhale the left elbow up, exhale, alternate. Sat, Nam. Keep pulling apart the fingers, not here for very long, already about halfway. Energy starting to rise to the heart from the lower chakras. Inhale, keep pulling the fingers. Exhale, holding the posture, all the breath out. And holding the breath out, if possible, we're going to apply diaphragm lock, Uddiyana Bandh, sucking the ribs in, squeezing them, lifting the diaphragm and heart, sucking in the throat, squeezing the ribs and the spine. Like you see photos of yogis. Inhale to relax, release the posture, and tune in. See if you can notice the subtle energy of the heart. Gyan Mudra, deep breaths, 30 seconds here meditating. Deep, full breath. Complete exhale. And flip the palms facing down atop the knees and even under the knees. We want to get the legs straight and so that the torso, chest, shoulders are wide like this. And here, the spinal flex this time will be a little more restrained and a little more in the upper spine, heart and upper back. Inhale, flex up, exhale, round back. A lot more subtle here. Earlier this morning, I taught class, and the spinal flex variation was not even forward and back. It was just up and down, stretching straight and then relaxing. And it's pretty wild how very just subtle, simple mechanics that work the craniosacral channel can induce an inner experience. Sometimes you can be more subtle, more refined. Other times, depending on how you are, how energy is in you, you may want to be more emphasized. We're about halfway now. Heart is a lot more involved in this exercise than the previous ones. More involved in a lot more subtle way because the chest is widened. Thirty seconds. Sat Nam. Habituated thought patterns that are mostly reactive. The mantra Sat Nam cuts through them. Would that those thoughts were true, we wouldn't need a mantra like that. So we can use the mantra to create more clear, inspired, lucid thoughts, downloads. Let's inhale vertically, suspend the breath, and apply Mul Bandh, root lock. Third eye gaze, press the roof of the mouth with the tip of the tongue. Inhale more, exhale, relax. Palms resting down atop the shoulders, atop the knees. For shoulder shrugs, inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, let them go with gravity. Inhale, squeeze, contract. Exhale, release. Thought. Dismiss the heaviness. We have another mantra you can use. Inhaling so, exhaling what? Yeah, you liked that one last time too. I remember you laughed at that. Dropping whatever it is, especially whatever is outdated, whatever died in the fall and winter, and released. If it's still lingering, if you're still grieving, sometimes we hold these things in our body, in the area of the upper back, shoulders, neck, stress, mineral deposits, tension. Squeeze it out. Squeeze the juice, get the nectar. We're also opening the hormonal gate of the throat chakra, bridge between the heart and the head, creating the conditions for meditation here, moving through the higher centers. This should be throat chakra purification. Breathe through it. About halfway. merging bliss with emptiness. Kundalini yoga can be very easily blissful and enjoyable and pleasurable, more so perhaps than other styles of yoga, but we never want to be attached to that or seek it. We want to bliss inward to clear consciousness rather than blissing out. We want to bliss in rather than spacing out, spacing in. 20 more seconds. Very good. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders upward. And exhale, let them go. Roll them back and down. And you can do a few shoulder rolls. And switch the direction. And next, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, dropping the head back, facing up. And when the left ear arrives at the left shoulder, exhale down and forward. Having the length of your breath equal to the length of the movement. Connected. Breath and body and mind, the mantra, all united. We'll do a few cycles in this direction before we switch in the other. Communicating with the reptilian brain, the brain stem, instinctive, subconscious, animalistic, survival, sex-oriented, egoic, protective. Next time the chin drops to the chest, exhale completely and begin to rotate the opposite direction. Fear and anxiety. Polarity of trust, faith, and surrender, and relaxation, release. Higher cognitive function, all the power of the reptilian brain and spine, raising up to the crown of the head. Let's bring the head level and take a deep breath. And let's do one root lock, squeezing the base of the spine, squeezing the spine like a rod of energy. Use the navel. Inhale a little more. Raise the energy to the third eye and crown. Good. Exhale. And rest. Take a few breaths to yourself. We have 2 more exercises before Shavasana. And please inhale. Exhale. For this next posture, we're going to remain sitting cross-legged for a bit. So if you need to, you can stretch the legs now and just shake them out as I explain it and converse with you. So I like to ask if, especially the new students, if we feel like we understand the mechanics of Mool Band, root lock. At the end of the exercises, we've been doing that practice. And the old students, yeah, it kind of just happens when we work with it, apply a little bit of pressure ourselves. So here we're going to return to the bear grip, and we're going to alternate from the level of the throat and then above the crown of the head a few inches. So here at the level of the throat, elbows parallel with the shoulders. We're going to pull apart the fingers tight, holding the tensegrity, integrity of tension there, and holding the breath in, applying Mula Bandha. You don't need to apply so much pressure. You just need to relate, tone the perineum, sacrum, navel, no energy down or out, everything brought up and in, and then exhaling when you like, when you are ready, calmly. Then hold the breath outward and apply Mula Bandh with the breath held out. And then when you need to, inhaling, please take care of yourself. And then we'll bring the mudra above the crown of the head. And you don't need to listen to my guidance. Just, you never want to like gasp the breath or feel like fear or anything, or definitely never faint. So do like mind yourself. And then next, we're at the crown of the head, same principle with the inhale, holding for a time, a moment, applying the pressure, and then releasing it, applying the pressure with the breath held out. It's a little more challenging and it works with trust and faith in life and breath, yourself, the body. And then remember, fearlessly, right before there's any tension, inhaling, returning to the level of the throat. That was one complete cycle. And we're going to do two more. Body like a prayer, pressure between the fingers, pressure at the base, pressure within and along the sides of the spine. Third eye gaze, tip of the tongue, roof of the mouth. You're on your own now. Follow your own inhale, your own exhale, working with the breath, the prana, the inner light. Illuminate, third eye, lamp, lighthouse. All the chakras, lotus flowers blossom at the command of the third eye. And vice versa, when the lower chakras open in succession, the third eye also opens. Crown blossoms last. These have physical correlates, these psycho-spiritual centers. They have a material presence, the glands, and nerve plexuses, where there's a nexus and conjunction of nerve endings. So you can actually sense and feel and know the nervous system, the glandular endocrine system. Complete the final cycle, working with the breath, working with the prana. And when you're done, meditate, breathe, relax, tune in. And remaining in that beautiful inner landscape, let's move up onto our heels for the final asana. So this has been a Kriya for the basic spinal energy series, and it completes, comes full circle, full circulation, full cycle, up, down, over, back, around, with Sat Kriya, which is a Kriya, a practice unto itself. The arms stretch up, hugging the ears, fingers interlaced, but for the index finger, and you may cross whichever thumb over the other, whichever is natural, and keeping the base of the palms together. Here, we're gonna audibly chant now that mantra of true identity, Sat Nam. This is your truth. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. As we chant Sat, we use the navel. As we chant Nam, we relax the navel. Please project, be true, speak truth to power, power to truth. Inhale deeply to begin, chanting from the navel. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Continue. Final minute. It's in you. Truth is in you. You are a source of light and love. With soul, not with ego. 20 seconds. Beautiful. Inhale. Suspend the breath and apply Mulban, squeezing the spine like a rod of energy. Consciously circulate, raise. Energy wants to rise. Inhale a little more. Exhale, hold just one more time. Breath suspended out. Suspend your focus, still point of the third eye. And raise prana. Inhale to relax. Sweep the arms through the auric field. Balance the fingertips to the earth. And then be free to meditate. Sit for a moment. Energetic synthesis. And when you feel complete with your meditation, please do rest on the back in Savasana, corpse pose. Surrendering the weight of the body and mind to Mother Earth. gravity, and Mother Universe. Arms at the sides, palms up. Eyes gently closed. Breath soft, easy. And you may like to scan the body, all parts of it, from the toes to the crown, part by part. Relaxing in turn, especially wherever there may be tension. And after you've scanned the body a couple times, then surrender completely, being as a corpse, dead to the world, and as a soul, returning deep within to Source. Resurrect your breath, breathing back life to the belly and body. Deeper breathing. And return movement, wiggling the fingers and toes. Rotate the wrists and ankles, and stretch the arms and legs. Pointing the toes, stretching the arms back behind you. Exhale, stretch even further back. Wake up, stretch. And inhale, hug the right knee in. Cross it over the left leg. Hip stretch, cat stretch. You can bring it down with the hand. Keeping the shoulders rooted, turn to face the opposite side. And a few breaths here, enjoying hip opener. And when you feel complete, doing the opposite side, opposite leg, hip, knee. And next, back to center. Rub the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands. Waking up the nerve endings. Waking up the body like that. And then hug the knees to the chest. Rock side to side, forward and back. A few times. And return comfortably cross-legged one last time. And just as we tuned in, so too we'll tune out. We'll sing a song, Long Time Sunshine. Upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. We'll sing it twice, sharing the healings and blessings with ourself, all our relations, all life, maybe someone somewhere specific. Remember the purpose you may have set at the beginning of class and anything that may have come to you during class. Please inhale. Exhale. And from the heart with love, let's inhale to join in song. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. 3 long satnams. Satnam. 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 To the truth in you, the light in you, your soul, please bow your head in respect and gratitude to your efforts, body and mind, being in service to that within you and to this practice. Satnam.